Hello everybody, I am the HappyCabbie, and anyway, I got one of these YouTube balloons over here. When I was over at the Google and then later YouTube headquarters, they actually gave me several of these things. Eventually, I'm going to be decorating my wall with these things, but I just wanted to show one off for you. Anyway, I wanted to tell you guys about my trip to California and some of the things that I discussed over at the Google Summit, then also at the YouTube Home Office. I will say that this has been reviewed by some of the upper-ups at YouTube, so this stuff here that I'm able to discuss, I'm able to discuss. There is some things, of course, that I can't discuss because of non-disclosure agreements, but this here is the most information that I can put out forward. Anyway, if you guys may remember my little video here about the YouTube dildo, this apparently was actually very popular at the YouTube Home Office. They were showing this thing around. But anyway, they actually showed me how to open up this thing. Basically, what you do is you just simply take your finger right over here, and then you twist, and then you pull, and then you got to yank. Okay, and there we go. So, and oh, it's got something inside of it. This thing here is care instructions. Yep, hand wash only. Do not put this in the dishwasher. So there we go. So we'll set that. Put that right over there. But anyway, they also gave me this cool little top contributor cup over here. But if you guys want to see the videos and the pictures, I myself was not allowed to photograph or video anything. However, fortunately, many other people were able to, and what I've done is I've organized all this stuff in one central location in a blog. So if you click the link in the video description, you can see it all right there. And furthermore, I encourage you guys to press that little follow button right there on the blog because I'm constantly putting stuff out there in the blog. Sometimes I don't make a YouTube video, sometimes put it out there in the blog. I usually post several times a month. Definitely hit that follow button when you go to my blog. You'd be definitely glad you did. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and begin, shall we? This is my report from the Google Top Contributor Summit that was held in California just 2 weeks ago. As you can see, I am reading from a script. I am doing this for two reasons. One, there's a lot for me to cover, and two, I want to ensure that I speak accurately. I would like to put out the following disclaimer. This report is based exclusively on my memory and the notes that I took during those meetings. At no time is anything I say in this video to be interpreted as an official quote from anyone from Google or YouTube, even in cases where I mention people by name. Now, I would like to thank the organizers of the summit for putting on a very educational presentation, and I'd like to thank them for this nice little cup right here too. It was a very rare opportunity for us to interact with some top-level people at YouTube and Google, and as a result, I have a greater understanding of how they think, and likewise, I would wager that they have a greater understanding of how us YouTubers think. I came to the summit to accomplish two goals. One, I wanted to learn. I wanted to know how I could be a far more effective contributor in the Google Help Forums. Secondly, I wanted to introduce my ideas towards some policies that will help the YouTube community. One such change, the ability for everyone to have unlimited upload times, has already happened. I posted a video about that a couple days ago. I'll link that in the video description. I and others have been lobbying for that change for the past 2 years, and it finally happened. I'm so very happy for that. Irregardless, let me describe the events as they occurred. On September 12th, I flew out of Sky Harbor International Airport in Phoenix, and I arrived in San Francisco International Airport. Then I was transported to the Santa Clara Marriott Hotel. The hotel, airfare, transportation was all arranged and paid for by Google, so I'm very thankful for that. I was not allowed to take photographs or video of the event, however other people were allowed, and I've spent the last week finding all of those pictures and videos, and I've embedded them on the blog, which of course I've already mentioned. At the hotel, I was able to meet people from all over the world and in various different Google products. In total, Google maintains over 300 help forums when you include the various languages that these forums support. One of the first questions was addressed is, why does Google not offer one-on-one support? The answer is basically, they don't have the resources. They then cited one statistic in the Gmail forum. According to the community manager in Gmail, over 2 million unique visitors came to the Gmail Help Center in July, yet only 20,000 new questions were asked. That results in about 99% of users coming to the Help Center and finding their own questions being answered, without having to ask a brand new question. I later talked to some people from YouTube, and they told me that their stats was closer to 90% of users finding their own answers. But nevertheless, that is something to consider, that the majority of people who come to the help forum are able to find the answers themselves without having to ask a brand new question. That is something to think about. As such, in most cases, one-on-one support would be redundant, especially when you include that many first-time users ask the same questions. So instead of taking the time to answer one question for one person, it is far more efficient to answer one question that will help out the entire community. And excuse me while I drink on some of this Kool-Aid. Great Kool-Aid. And see, it is actual Kool-Aid. Google relies on its top contributors to help us users navigate their way to official Help Center articles. They also rely on us to escalate issues that need resolving by Google staff. The rest of the day was spent learning about some changes and improvements coming to the Help Center, as well as some product demos for new Google products. Sadly, due to non-disclosure agreements, I cannot share with you a lot what was said. Just message me privately. No, I'm kidding. Okay, it was after the presentations that I was able to accomplish some of my goals. One of my goals was to talk to some people from AdSense. One of the most common issues right now in the help forums is the difficulty of linking YouTube to an AdSense account. As of right now, the linking is done exclusively with email. If that email is lost, accidentally deleted, or is never sent, then you're pretty much toast. My solution was to create a Help Center article where people can simply fill out a form, link their YouTube and AdSense accounts. I pressed hard for this, and hopefully that idea will be implemented. Another topic that I brought up was the issue of clickbombing. Now, for the longest time, AdSense has denied that clickbombing even existed. Now they have since launched some help articles on how to protect your channel from clickbombing, so it is good that they are beginning to address this. One of the pleas I brought forward was for them to lift the lifetime ban that Google currently has. Essentially, once your account is suspended, you are banned for life. To be honest, I don't think that policy will be rescinded. However, I am thankful that I at least got the chance to discuss about it. I was given the statistic that about 75% of people shut down by AdSense were guilty of knowingly breaking the rules, doing things like clicking on their own ads or running prohibited content and stuff like that. As far as the other 25%, they do realize that in some cases people were suspended through no fault of their own, but that is a relatively small fraction. A bulk of the other 25% comes from people breaking the rules, but not necessarily intentionally. For those, there is an appeal process, and they have reinstated accounts. Excuse me a second, I need to drink some more Kool-Aid. Need a lot of Kool-Aid on that one. I was then pointed to several Help Center articles on how to protect your AdSense account, and I will be linking those in the video description. For those who are currently banned, my heart definitely goes out to you. Rest assured I did the best I could. The final thing I pressed was for more transparency, and that AdSense will tell the user exactly what rule was being broken, as many simply do not know. If that rule is ever implemented, I'll let you guys know. The next day, we were transported to the Google Crittenden campus. And again, there are many pictures in the video description on the blog, where you can follow along with the pictures as I go along. We were divided into groups for the morning. We would each have a meeting with staff from the Google product we specialized in. Excuse me. For me and my group, we met with some staff from YouTube. We discussed Cosmic Panda, partnerships, and policy enforcement. One of the questions that was asked in the room was, why does YouTube constantly change things for no apparent reason? The answer was simple: views. When YouTube launches a new feature or a redesign, they first test it on a small percentage of users. The only thing they measure is, are those users watching more videos for a longer period of time? If the change results in more views, then the change is viewed as successful. If the opposite happens, the idea is scrapped. It should be noted that the majority of users of this site do not have YouTube accounts. Music videos are the #1 draw. More and more networks are adding their content to YouTube, and as such, music videos, television shows, commercials, and clips are the #1 draw to this site. As such, changes and redesigns are built around the user who views videos. As a video producer, changes such as Cosmic Panda make the video less interactive, but as a viewer, less interaction might be a good thing. Time for some more Kool-Aid, and a lot of it. But I'm going to need some more Kool-Aid. So when they say a majority of people in their testing group are satisfied with Cosmic Panda, what it means is that using Cosmic Panda results in the test group watching more videos for a longer period of time. Many of the features have not yet been introduced, but we were told things like banners and autoplay would be implemented in the final version of the product, as well as other things such as being able to post video responses and stuff like that. Next, we got to discuss partnerships. YouTube currently has 3 versions of partnerships: those that are in the YouTube Partner Program, those in the Account Monetization Program, and those in the Individual Partnership Program, otherwise known as IVP. Account Monetization was released a few months ago. It basically enables smaller channels to monetize their videos, but they don't necessarily have the perks such as banners or custom thumbnails like partners do. I do intend to do a tutorial on this new program, but I'm waiting for Cosmic Panda to launch out of beta, as I will be doing a redo of all of my partnership tutorials, because once Cosmic Panda is launched, the tutorials will no longer be relevant. At this time, I brought up the issue of that people have linking their AdSense to their YouTube account, the same thing I discussed with the AdSense people yesterday. And I again suggested that a Help Center article be written where the current email system could be replaced with the form that you filled out. They wrote that idea down. Hopefully it gets implemented. If it does, you know who's going to claim credit, but nevertheless, the important thing is that it is easier to link AdSense in YouTube, and that was really my intention. The next presentation was from Policy Enforcement, the evil people who take down our videos. You may remember some of them from the video interview on a partner support channel hosted by the Will of DC. It was at this time he gave us a presentation of not only how they review flagged videos, but also what reasons they use to take a video down or age restricted. Much of this info is already public knowledge. I will link below a presentation given last year by Victoria Grand, as well as a blog post on the YouTube blog titled Context is King. These two should be required viewing for anybody who uploads videos. It is after this presentation that I pressed hard for this same presentation to be released in video form. Currently, there is only one video that YouTube has about flagging videos, and it's not really very clear. All it basically says is, they review videos 24/7. As a result, there is a huge misconception out there called something called false flagging. Now let me state this very clearly. There is no such thing as false flagging. I knew this before the summit, and I know this now after the summit. Each and every video that has been removed or age restricted by YouTube was done for a reason. It is just that many of us disagree with the reason, and this comes from somebody who has had videos taken down and age restricted. Another factor that gives weight to this myth is the fact that YouTube is not always clear in the reasons it states for removing a video. For example, a video might be taken down for verbally abusing another user, but when you go to that video URL, it will say this video has been removed due to hate speech. Most people think of hate speech as hatreds towards a group of people. A video might be taken down for spam simply for loading their tags with irrelevant keywords. Things like this can cause confusion. Where there is confusion, myths such as false flagging come about. We pressed YouTube to make the following changes. 1. Make the same presentation that we were given at the Google Summit in a YouTube video for everyone to see. Give us an actual demonstration of a video being removed and taken down. Be more transparent in the reasons for taking down a video. It should not be just policy enforcement, but rather policy education. When you remove or age-restrict video, the goal should be to educate the user in what he or she did wrong, so therefore they can perhaps avoid making the same infraction over again. Finally, if the video was taken down for what was in the title, tags, or video description, specify what exactly was offensive, perhaps highlighting the text. If the video was taken down for content that was in the actual video, perhaps issuing a timestamp so therefore people could review their video and say, aha, right there, that's what I did wrong. Then they could possibly re-edit the video, re-upload it, and not have to worry about getting the video taken down. Again, this would help the user become more educated in complying with the terms of service and community guidelines. The final thing that we discussed was certain users being able to disable flagging. For those who do not know, as of right now, the video you are watching has flagging disabled. At least it did when this video was first posted. The ability to disable flagging is a network exclusive. Sadly, due to certain users abusing this privilege, this ability to disable flagging will be taken away from all of us. I did not support the ability to disable flagging, and I support YouTube's decision in taking that ability away. Even though I myself benefited from such a policy, it is not fair to the YouTube community. Now, some of you may ask, if I was against the ability to disable flagging, then why did I disable flagging on my videos? Simple. I would be a fool not to. If you had the ability to disable flagging, would you use it? Chances are a good portion of you certainly would. The ability to disable flagging on videos is going to be going away very soon. Sometime in the next quarter is what I was told. The rest of the time we was there not only at Google, but later at the YouTube home office, we were given tours and more product demonstrations. All in all, I felt very proud of the work that we did. We were given rare access to talk to people in charge of making decisions. We had the chance to ask questions, to have those questions answered, and the people in charge got to talk to video producers such as myself and others. Sometimes as a video producer, I forget what it's like to be a video consumer. Likewise, I've never had the opportunity to talk and get inside the mind of an engineer. This was a great learning experience, not only for myself, but also others. And I do hope that another summit is held next year. Then on the 15th, we got on the airplane and I flew back home. And then I wrote that blog that is linked in the video description. I am the HappyCabbie, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to possibly give a thumbs up. If you like this video, favorite it. Share it around on some of your blogs, post it on Twitter, stuff like that. Help spread this video around. I am the HappyCabbie. Don't forget to subscribe, and you guys have a good day.